A brand new study from IC Cars just analyzed over 950,000 five-year-old vehicles sold between March 2025 and February 2026. The average SUV loses about 42% of its value over 5 years. But the SUVs on today's list make that number look like a gentle love tap. We're talking 55%, 60%, even 65% of their sticker price gone. Tens of thousands of dollars evaporated. Some of these lost more value in a single year than most people's cars cost in the first place. Today we're counting down the 10 SUVs that just hemorrhaged value faster than any others on the market. Stay until number 1 because the dollar figure on that one is genuinely jaw-dropping. Number 10. Audi Q7. The Q7 just received a facelift for 2025. New infotainment and minor styling tweaks. Sounds like a refresh, right? Here is the problem. It is barely a refresh. The underlying platform has not fundamentally changed, and in a luxury SUV segment that moves at light speed, a minor update is practically an insult to buyers' wallets. According to IC Cars, buyers can expect to lose 61.6% of the Q7's original value after 5 years. On a vehicle that starts around $62,000 and easily climbs past $75,000 with options, that is roughly $46,000 gone. You could buy a brand new Honda CR-V with that kind of money. The Q7's German rivals from BMW and Mercedes actually hold their value slightly better, and the Audi's expensive maintenance reputation does not help at resale time. Luxury SUV buyers tend to want the newest model with the latest tech, and when the new model barely changes, used buyers simply do not see the point in paying a premium. A Q7 that is a few years old looks almost identical to the latest version, which means dealers have to slash prices on pre-owned models just to move them off the lot. For anyone who bought a Q7 new, this is a painful lesson in how even a prestigious badge does not protect you from the depreciation cliff. Number 9. The Land Rover Discovery. The Discovery has been around since 2018 in its current generation. A mid-cycle refresh in 2021 added new tech and a facelift, but in the fast-moving world of luxury SUVs, it is now one of the oldest designs in the segment, and it shows. IC Cars data shows the Discovery losing 60.9% of its sticker price after 5 years. On a vehicle starting around $60,000, that is over $36,000 in lost value. But here is the real problem. Land Rover is competing against itself. The Defender came back as a massive hit and stole the rugged off-road crown from the Discovery. The Range Rover models take the luxury crown. So the Discovery is stuck in no man's land, too expensive to be practical, not cool enough to be aspirational. Limited dealer networks and Land Rover's notorious reliability reputation make used buyers extremely cautious. Insurance costs are through the roof and parts are not cheap. When you combine a stale design with expensive ownership costs and better alternatives within the same brand, resale values do not stand a chance. That is depreciation at work. Number 8. Lincoln Navigator. There is no sugarcoating this one. The Navigator starts at just under $100,000, but good luck actually finding one below 6 figures with options. It is huge, it is plush, it is packed with gadgetry, and it pumps out 440 horsepower from its 3.5-liter V6. Sounds great, right? According to IC Cars, the Navigator L sheds 60.3% of its value after 5 years, translating to over $62,000 in lost value. That is not depreciation. That is watching your money burn. The Navigator faces brutal competition from the Cadillac Escalade, which has stronger brand recognition in the full-size luxury SUV space, and the new Lexus TX that is pulling buyers away. Full-size luxury SUVs are common fleet and livery vehicles, which drives down used values even further. Nobody wants to buy a used Navigator that spent its life as an airport shuttle. And fuel costs are devastating. According to Kelley Blue Book, owners can expect to spend around $17,000 on fuel alone over 5 years. Combine that with premium insurance costs and luxury maintenance bills, and the total ownership cost scares away most used buyers. When demand for used Navigators drops, prices follow. Number 7. Tesla. Model X. Tesla's Falcon wing door SUV was once the ultimate tech statement. Today it is a depreciation disaster. IC reports the Model X lost 61.2% of its value over 5 years, translating to over $61,000 in lost value. On a vehicle that starts at $79,990 and often climbs well past $100,000, that is financially devastating. Here is what happened. Tesla has barely updated the Model X's styling since it debuted for the 2017 model year. There have been minor interior tweaks here and there, but nothing substantial enough to keep used values propped up. Meanwhile, Tesla's aggressive pricing strategy on new models has created a downward spiral. When the company slashes prices on new inventory, it immediately tanks used values for every existing owner. Current owners are left holding a vehicle that is worth less every time Elon tweets a price cut. Charging infrastructure has expanded massively, but so has competition. The BMW iX, Mercedes EQS SUV, and Rivian R1S all eat into the Model X's buyer pool. And here is the kicker that nobody talks about. Out-of-warranty repair costs on a Model X are terrifying. Falcon wing door actuators, air suspension components, touchscreen failures. These are not $200 fixes. Some Model X owners report repair bills from $5,000 to $15,000 for a single issue. Used buyers know this, and they price that risk into their offers. Number 6. Cadillac Escalade ESV. Everything about the Escalade ESV is massive. The 227-inch length, the price tag that can push past $115,000 in V-Series trim, and the depreciation, which is equally enormous. Cars data shows the Escalade ESV losing 62.9% of its value after 5 years. That can translate to $60,000 or more vanishing from a well-equipped model. It depreciates slightly faster than its standard wheelbase sibling, likely because the stretched version sees more fleet use as livery vehicles and executive shuttles. Luxury SUV buyers overwhelmingly want the latest model. When the wealthy original owners trade up after 2 or 3 years, a wave of gently used Escalades floods the market. Used buyers then discover the running costs. KBB estimates around $18,000 in insurance costs over 5 years, plus another $17,000 in fuel. Servicing a 6.2-liter V8 with all that luxury tech is not cheap either. The math simply does not work for most second owners. In the full-size luxury SUV segment, only the Mercedes-Benz G-Class defies the depreciation trend, retaining 66% of its value. Everything else in this category, the Escalade, Navigator, Range Rover, is a financial sinkhole. Number 5. Range Rover. The Range Rover has been the gold standard of luxury off-roaders since 1970. It commands attention in any parking lot, blends in at country estates and Manhattan penthouses alike, and delivers genuine off-road capability wrapped in leather and wood. None of that saves it from catastrophic depreciation. According to IC Cars, the Range Rover loses 61.7% of its value over 5 years. On a base model starting around $115,000, with options regularly pushing past $150,000, that translates to roughly $72,000 in lost value. To put that in perspective, that is $1.07 per mile in depreciation alone, based on average driving of 13,500 miles per year. Here's what makes it worse. The first year is not terrible. The Range Rover only drops about 30% initially, which is actually decent for this segment. Year 2 is fine too, maybe another 7%, but then year 3 hits like a freight train, and by that point the vehicle has lost roughly 70% of its original value. Land Rover's reliability reputation is the silent killer here. The brand consistently ranks near the bottom of reliability surveys, and used buyers know that a Land Rover out of warranty is a financial ticking time bomb. Electrical gremlins, air suspension failures, infotainment glitches. The list of potential problems is long and expensive. So while the Range Rover remains one of the most desirable SUVs to drive new, it is one of the worst to own from a financial standpoint. Hey, before we reveal the top 4, do me a favor. If you are finding this data eye-opening, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Number 4, Infiniti QX60. Infiniti gave the QX60 a full redesign for 2022, trying to go upscale and compete with the Acura MDX and Lexus RX. The results have been underwhelming, to say the least. IC Cars data shows the QX60 losing 61.5% of its value after 5 years. That's a brutal hit for a vehicle that starts around $50,000 and pushes past $62,000 in top trims. The core issue is that the QX60 shares its bones with the Nissan Pathfinder, which costs nearly half as much. Used buyers figured this out immediately. Why pay $30,000 for a used QX60 when a similarly equipped, equally reliable Pathfinder goes for significantly less? The Infiniti Premium simply does not hold on the used market. Then there is the brand crisis. Infiniti has been hemorrhaging dealerships, canceling models, and losing market share for years. Rumors about the brand's viability have circulated endlessly. When buyers are not sure a brand will even exist in 5 years, they are certainly not paying a premium for its used vehicles. The engine is underwhelming, the tech falls behind competitors, and the dealer network keeps shrinking. It is a perfect storm of factors that destroy resale value. Number 3, Maserati Grecale. The Grecale was supposed to be Maserati's volume play, a compact luxury SUV to compete with the Porsche Macan and BMW X3. Instead, it's become a masterclass in value destruction. According to Jalopnik's analysis using CarEdge data, the Grecale loses approximately 60% of its value in the first year alone. That means a $78,000 Grecale is worth roughly $31,000 after just 12 months. And by year 3, it retains only about 30% of its original value. According to Kelley Blue Book, a 2023 Grecale has already depreciated 50% in less than 3 years. Stellantis, Maserati's parent company, saw nearly a 60% drop in Maserati sales in 2024 compared to 2023. That kind of brand collapse doesn't exactly inspire confidence among used buyers. Dealer networks are shrinking. One Grecale owner on the forums reported that 4 dealerships near them in Southern California have closed. Parts are being back-ordered, then canceled entirely. When owners can't even get replacement keys or wireless charger repairs, imagine what used buyers are thinking. The Grecale is actually a fun car to drive. Owners on the forums genuinely love the driving experience. But love doesn't pay the bills, and the financial reality is devastating. Maserati's reputation for reliability issues, expensive maintenance, and an uncertain brand future means used buyers demand massive discounts. And that's exactly what the data shows. Number 2, the Infiniti QX80. For years, the QX80 was built on a platform dating back to 2011. The same basic vehicle appeared year after year with minimal updates. When an all-new generation finally launched, it did the worst thing possible for used QX80 values. It made every previous version look ancient overnight. According to IC Cars, the QX80 loses 65% of its value after 5 years. That's the largest depreciation of any luxury large SUV in the study, worse than the Range Rover, worse than the Escalade. On a vehicle with an $83,750 manufacturer suggested retail price, that's nearly $54,000 gone. But the year one numbers are even more shocking. According to Jalopnik's analysis, the QX80 loses approximately 45% of its value in the first year alone, roughly $38,000 vanishing in 12 months. That's nearly unheard of. The combination of selling essentially the same vehicle for over a decade and then releasing an all-new model is the perfect recipe for massive depreciation. The old models instantly feel obsolete, and the used market prices them accordingly. Infiniti's brand uncertainty makes it worse. With dealers closing and the lineup shrinking, buyers question long-term parts, availability, and service support. The QX80 faces relentless competition from the Escalade, the Range Rover, and the Mercedes GLS, all of which have stronger brand loyalty and resale values. Even owners who love the QX80 acknowledge that trading it in or selling it is painful. The depreciation is simply too steep, too fast. Number 1, Maserati Levante. And here it is, the absolute worst. The Maserati Levante takes the crown for the most devastating SUV depreciation in the market. With a 70% to 77% value loss, this is not depreciation. This is financial annihilation. The Levante originally stickered between $92,000 and $130,000. After depreciation, we are talking about $65,000 to $91,000 evaporated. That is an entire luxury car's worth of money just gone. According to Jalopnik's analysis, the Levante loses roughly 55% of its value in the first year alone. You drive it off the lot, and $56,000 disappears. By year 5, you have lost 80% of the original value, leaving you with a vehicle worth around $20,000. And it keeps going. After a decade, projections show only about 10% to 12% of original value remaining. The 2024 Levante was the final model year. Maserati killed the entire line. When a manufacturer discontinues a model, resale values do not just drop, they collapse. Dead models mean dwindling parts supply, shrinking dealer support, and zero future development. Maserati consistently ranks dead last in reliability surveys. Insurance averages around $6,000 per year. Oil changes run $500, brake jobs cost $3,000. Annual fuel costs hit $2,500 at 15,000 miles. The 5-year depreciation data shows a 74% value loss, with most of the damage happening in the first 2 years. Yes, the Levante carries Ferrari-derived engines. Yes, it sounds incredible, but its resale value is worse than most economy cars. One IC Cars analysis noted the Levante's dollar loss dwarfs what the average SUV owner experiences. It is the single most expensive SUV to own from a depreciation standpoint in the entire market. And there you have it. 10 SUVs that did not just lose value, they destroyed it. From the Audi Q7's quiet decline to the Maserati Levante's total financial wipeout, the data is clear. Luxury and prestige badges are not a guarantee of value retention. If anything, they are often a guarantee of the opposite. The SUVs that hold their value best, the Toyota 4Runner, the Jeep Wrangler, and the Ford Bronco, succeed because of relentless demand, proven reliability, and brand loyalty that goes deeper than a badge on the hood. If you are in the market for a luxury SUV, these numbers should make you think twice about buying new. But if you are shopping used, this list just became your best friend. Every one of these represents a potential bargain for a smart second buyer. Which one shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. And subscribe so you do not miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.